reflection. Thank you for tuning into today's video where we will be talking about the dwarf planet Ceres and how it shows up in astrology in the birth chart. I also wanted to dive deeper into the healing aspects of astrology and learning about these planets, as they can help to empower us and show us where our strengths are and where our weaknesses are and how we can best show up for ourselves and for others. And Ceres is the perfect asteroid in this series of the asteroids that I want to get into to display this. And astrology is a really powerful tool for alignment and spiritual knowledge and access to higher states of consciousness, which is what this channel is about, which is what I'm so deeply passionate about. So yes, so excited. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And I will see you in the video. So let's get into some facts about the asteroid Ceres itself. So of the 400,000 asteroids that circle the asteroid belt in between the planets of Mars and Jupiter, Ceres is one of the most significant, along with Juno, Vesta, Pallas, Lilith, and Sappho, as well as Eros, and is also one of the largest, with a mass of 1/3 of the entire asteroid belt put together. However, it is still smaller than Earth's moon and isn't big enough to be considered quite a planet, hence the title dwarf planet. Ceres was formed at the beginning of the creation of the solar system about 4.6 billion years ago, and has a temperature of -135 degrees, so it is a very cold planet, and underneath its outer crust sits a thick layer of ice just above its rocky inner core. The terrain of Ceres is also rocky and mountainous, and also quite dusty as well. The presence of water on Ceres is also quite significant because where there is water, there is also life. So Ceres is represented by this symbol and the symbols of wheat grain and the torch. Ceres rules agriculture, farming, nourishment, as well as teaching and mentoring. And in the birth chart, it represents how you nurture yourself and how you nurture others in all of your relationships. So there are Venusian qualities that are present within Ceres. In its glyph, actually, the cross represents the connection to Earth, and the crescent represents a sort of feminine intuition. So, you know, the qualities of femininity are very present and also represents Earth power. However, with Ceres as opposed to Venus, there is less of an emphasis on, you know, excess and indulgence. Ceres more so represents the simplicity of life, as well as a reverence for all living beings. Now, with the presence of water, I wanted to dive more deeply into what that symbolizes. The presence of life on this planet points to Ceres' ability to provide a sort of healing quality. Water also has the ability to, you know, return us back to a pure state of being, right? It's where we come from, this sort of womb space, this maternal space. that can hold and create life, that can bring it forth and also nurture it into existence. Water, in a sense, reminds us of our most pure state of being and our truest form. Water is also is the only substance, to my knowledge, that has a balanced, pH level, right? So it is able to also restore us back to balance and restore a wholeness within us. And when we think of the ocean as well, and the salt water of our earth, there's also this element of purification that water also possesses, right? Its qualities, and all of these qualities with, water being such a rare occurrence on planets, the presence of all of these qualities on Ceres holds that much more significance. There is a life-giving aspect to this planet, as well as a sustaining aspect to this planet, right? So wherever Ceres was at the time of your birth, I'm going to explain how Ceres shows up in your life, and you can use this advice to better, take care of yourself, and show up with a deeper presence in your connections with others as well, in your relationships. If you want a deeper dive into all of these aspects, or if you have general life questions about your friendships, your family, your past lovers, your current lovers, about how to best care for your body, your mind, your spirit, you have questions about aligning with your soul purpose, definitely check out my website down below. I do offer birth chart readings, and if you want to learn how to calculate your specific Ceres placement in your birth chart, you can look it up online. Okay, there are Ceres birth chart calculators, so all you would need is your birth date, your time, and the location of your birth. You plug it into one of the calculators and it should tell you exactly where Ceres was. Okay, now let's get into Ceres in the birth chart for all 12 signs. So if your Ceres is in Aries, you are a self-starter when it comes to how you are able to take care of yourself. You may be really interested in trying many different ways to consume food, many different diets and fitness routines. You're very interested in what the next new thing is. You're very willing to try, the new fad that everyone's trying out. For women specifically, if your Ceres is in Aries, you may have felt that you had to transition through your, cycles of femininity really fast growing up. Generally though, people with Ceres in Aries placements best nurture others through encouraging words and by leading through example. If you have your Ceres in Taurus, you are so, beautifully, naturally attuned to the earth, and might even consider yourself to be a medicine man, a medicine woman, and you are able to care for others through plants, through foods. You may find comfort through, objects that you have an attachment to. So you may have like a teddy bear or a blanket that you gravitate toward whenever you need a little extra support. If your Ceres is in Gemini, you always seem to have the right advice to give to someone when they need it, and you may even know before they ask you what you need to tell them. When seeking nourishment and care for your body, foods that feed not only your body, that strengthen not only your physical body, but also strengthen the mind. So seeking out ways to fuel your mind through your food is going to be something that you find really helpful for you to navigate life, your day-to-day. If your Ceres is in Cancer, you're a hugger. You're just naturally, perhaps may be a little too touchy, but for those who don't appreciate the way that you show love, you're probably not very compatible with those particular individuals. But for those who do love the way that you love, this is a really deep way that you show your affections with those around you. Also, your ability to nurture and care for others is your second nature, okay? You are so attuned to this ability within you, and creating that comfort and care for yourself has to start with, a comforting space. So, finding spaces that make you feel safe emotionally, physically, mentally, and also creating a comforting home is going to be something that's really significant for you and can feed you and nourish you in more ways than you could even realize. Now, if your Ceres is in Leo, you are able to brighten up the skies of even the darkest days, Leo. You have one of the biggest hearts of the zodiac, and your capacity to love is immense, okay? You are so down for love, and you're excited by it, and when you meet someone who sparks your passion, you are able to really, blossom and embody a really important aspect of who you are. So you find nurturance through relationship that's very natural for you. And you may also find a sense of nourishment through a very, close-knit group of friends, with you as the leader of the pack, of course. And you are also a very creative gift giver if your Ceres is in Leo. If your Ceres is in Virgo, you have a very affable relationship with the planet Ceres, as you are able to find nurturance and care by providing others with the same. You are able to find a sense of ease in relating to others and in relation to others as well. People may find a sense of ease within you as you are able to provide them with an acceptance and hold space really for who they are. And you find yourself in others as well. If your Ceres is in Scorpio, you are so supportive that it's almost scary, okay? There's no bounds to what you will do for those that you care for. You will travel to the literal ends of the earth to make sure that someone is taken care of mentally, emotionally, physically, and even spiritually, okay? Your level of care and nurturance and how you provide that to others reaches into the spiritual. You may be connected to your ability to heal others, okay? People may feel a healing presence from you. If not, you may even have a sort of bohemian quality. You are able to really hold space for people in a way that maybe others can't due to your incredible amount of sensitivity. And to find that same support for yourself may feel like a Herculean task, okay? And may require a lot of sacrifice. Now, if your Ceres is in Sagittarius, your ability to nurture others and provide them with a sense of nourishment is by expanding their worldview, okay? And this can look like, you know, their mind, opening their minds to different ways of thinking and, you know, bigger possibilities. You're definitely a dreamer, and that's something that people look up to you for. And people come to you as a guide almost on how to live life with a certain zest and excitement and a zeal and an open-mindedness. And people can always, always, always rely on you to give them the cold, hard truth. And that's something that's incredibly valuable, actually, and that some people really do appreciate. So never let anybody shame you into thinking otherwise. If your Ceres is in Capricorn, oh my gosh, I just got such like a sense of relief when I was thinking about what this means. And it's because your energy is so incredibly dependable. People can come to you and find in you that place of rest, knowing that you will be able to provide them with that. You are incredibly level-headed as well. And so when people are around you and in your relationships, you have this natural capability to always keep that sense of calm even amidst distress. If your Ceres is in Aquarius, you have a really keen awareness to know what people need and to predict maybe what they may want, because you're really tuned into how people operate. You also have this really amazing gift of being able to clear the air. You know, if there's any tension, if there's any uncomfortable, if there are unspoken words that need to be said, you're the one that's going to be able to break the ice and really have a conversation about what needs to be said. People also really want to know your opinion about things because it's almost at an expert level, okay? You possess a really incredible amount of wisdom. And lastly, if your Ceres is in Pisces, you have an incredible ability to see into the soul of humanity and go where is needed to give as much that needs to be given as possible, perhaps even to a fault. People with this placement may have a tendency of overgiving to the point of self-sacrificing, right? Which can be a really, you know, honorable thing, but also a detrimental thing as well. So you may need to be aware of that. But also because of your ability to be so giving, there is an incredible amount of fruition that anybody who has the honor of coming into contact with you is going to receive, right? Especially if they get to know you at a sort of deeper soul level. And you may enjoy expressing your care and find nourishment through creative endeavors and through deep conversation. You love intimate moments between people. This can be a really healing experience for you as well as others. Thank you for watching this video. I love astrology, and if you love astrology too, then you are in the right place, most 100%. Check out the website, check out the wellness products in the description below. I hope to see you very soon. I love you so much. Mwah! Bye!